Hey guys, it's me, Timon from GoStudyWIU, an agency that helps international students easily transition to the Western Illinois University right here in the United States. I am going to offer 5 things you should consider when choosing a university in the United States. Location. America is a huge place, so you have to consider where the university is located and what type of weather conditions are going to be found there. So there are some instances where some states are very cold or some locations are very cold, as opposed to some others that are very warm or hot. Or there are even instances where some states or some locations go from cold to hot to cold back and forth. So you have to understand what conditions exist in that particular state or in that particular town where the university is located. Another thing that you have to consider is that there are threats that are particular to certain regions of the US. So let's say, for instance, you want to study in Florida. Florida is very prone to hurricanes, as opposed to, let's say, Texas, who are in these kind of places, you find a lot of tornadoes. So those are things that you want to consider even before you move or choose a university in the United States. Another thing with regards to location is environment. Some people may want to be in a location where they have mountains or they have a nice scenic view, and that might be very important to them. So you would want to choose a university that suits that particular type of environment. Whereas you may want to be in a university that is closer to the beach, or it's in a warm area where you don't have to worry about any mountains or so, but you might like beaches and so, or lakes. Or even some people like being in an urban setting or a city, a big city where, it's bustling and that's the kind of environment they enjoy. So you would have to consider that, and that all plays into the environment and what type of place you'd like to study in. A unique thing about American universities is that there are a lot of them that are located in very small towns. So in a lot of instances, the university is basically the main driving force behind the town. So if that makes it easier for you, it would help with your transition, studying in a university in a smaller town. Also, cost of living and all of that is usually cheaper in smaller towns. Another important thing about location is that based on where you're located, there are different opportunities that you can get that you won't get otherwise. So some big cities have jobs that you wouldn't find in a small town, whereas in small towns, there are other opportunities based on what you want to do that lends itself better to that particular type of career opportunity. So you definitely want to consider what is your plan after you graduate and how that area suits into what I want to do. Now, obviously, you're in the United States and you can obviously move to wherever you want. So it is not a huge problem. But if you were to get established in a particular town and you're familiar with it already, it makes it easier to transition when you're finding a job. Another thing also associated with location is extracurricular activities. Some people may want to go skiing, while others, as I said, may want to go to the beach. And there are people who want to do different things as extracurricular activities. Those add a nice balance to your college life, and it makes it easier to transition based on what you want to do and how it helps you to adapt to the society and where you are. So if you feel like you're very cold all the time, you don't want to go skiing, it may make you miserable. So you may want to look at a location that suits that particular type of extracurricular activity that you like. And finally, on the location, there are some people who want to live in a community that is totally different from where they came from. So you may want to live in a community where you can gain new experiences, while there are others who may prefer to live in a community where it's familiar to them. So there's a lot of immigrant communities or a lot of people who come here to the US and establish communities where you may feel more comfortable because they are the same type of people that you've been around all your life, and it makes you more comfortable. So consider what type of community you wish to live in, do your research, and see if that is the right place for you. If you prefer to try a new place that isn't familiar to you, that even makes the experience more exciting. Thank you for watching. And before you leave, don't forget to hit that notification button, subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, and share my video with a friend.